Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll be showing you guys how to install postmarketOS on an Android device you have laying around that's compatible with the operating system, like I have right here, a Pixel 3a XL. You could head over to the postmarketOS wiki and look for whichever device is compatible with the operating system. We have a wide range. They have a wide range of devices you could try out. The ones with the yes are the ones that have more features, and a lot of the device's components are actually working. Some of them don't, but just choose wisely and experiment with whichever one you choose. So first things first, we're gonna have to install, unlock the bootloader of your device. So put your device in fast boot mode with the power button and the volume down button. Sets it into fast boot mode like I have here. And from here, check if connected through USB, check if it's connected. And once it's connected, you run fast boot OEM unlock. That's going to unlock the bootloader of your phone, which is going to allow you to install different operating systems into the device. Once you have that done, then you're good to go. We're going to need to install pmbootstrap. pmbootstrap lets you build custom images with postmarketOS to run on your system. Like you can set your own password, your own username, so on and so forth. I already have pmbootstrap installed, so I won't be installing that. Now to run the latest version of pmbootstrap, you're going to have to run pmbootstrap pull to grab the latest packages. Done, we're up to date. After that, pmbootstrap init brings us into the CLI of configuring our image for our device. So choose your work path, choose the release you want to use. We'll be sticking with 2506, the latest one, which is stable. Or you could choose the Edge, which is a rolling release, which could break from time to time. So 2506, choose your vendor, Google, the model of your phone. All of this is by default. You could change the username to whatever you want. That's default. For the UI, choose whatever UI you want, but I recommend using Phosh. No mobile. Plasma mobile it's good too, but it's not as tuned out as Phosh is, or SXMO, which I use on a OnePlus 6T, which runs pretty good as well. With 2506, you can now install systemd if you want that, but we'll be staying with the default version of the init system. You could install extra packages from here if you want as well. Time zone, this is all pretty much default. That stays default, and done. After that, you run pmbootstrap install, which is going to make the image in order for you to flash it into your phone. It's going to take a while, so bear with me here. I actually had Phosh installed. No, not Phosh. No mobile installed on this phone. It runs pretty well too. It has the latest GNOME 48 version as well, with some of the features that the desktop has. It runs pretty good too. So let's let that install for now. In the meantime, let's open up a new command line. Let me just close Firefox for now. In the meantime, let's open up a new terminal. And here we're going to want to erase the DTBO partition in the phone, which is going to allow us to use the whole disk of the device. So while that's done, this takes a while to do. postmarketOS. Let me see if it's almost done. Yep, it's almost done. It's just grabbing all the GNOME packages for Flash. I don't want to pause the video because it's I want to keep it raw. How long the process takes. i3WM is great on the Nokia N900, which I have. Super cool. I basically just use it for IRC and just SSHing into different devices, which is writing some notes down. There's a lot of cool CLI tools you could use. Like, for example, there's this music player called CMOS, which doesn't use resources that much and could run basically on any device. Okay, now it's asking me for a login password. So go ahead and set yours. I'll just put 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, it's gonna keep building it. Should be done after the password. Okay, it's making the partitions. rootfs. Google Bonito. Last steps. It's copying the block device. And after that, we should be good to go. The cool thing about these phones and postmarketOS is that you could SSH when it's connected to the computer, into the device. So let's say like your whole UI breaks down. You could connect it to your computer and run it through USB. Alright, now it's done. After that, once you have erased the DTBO partition, you run pmbootstrap flasher flash root fs. It's gonna flash the root partition. You're gonna see the phone like light up a bit. Keep it connected, don't move it. Let it flash. If we were installing just the CLI, which is console, it'll be super fast to install this. But since we want a UI, this is what we gotta do. But we gotta wait. We're almost at the finish line. Parsing the data. Once you get a hang of it, of postmarketOS, how it works, how it's run on a phone, you can install it into laptops as well. Because they have you can make your own ISO of the operating system too. Okay, the rootfs is flashed. Now we're gonna need to flash the kernel. pmbootstrap flasher kernel. It's gonna flash the kernel. And done. Go ahead and shut down pmbootstrap. Now on your device, you could unplug it. It's still going to be in fast boot mode. You click on the volume buttons and click start. I'll be showing you guys an image here. Small video of how it boots up. See the Google logo, a couple penguins in the side. What kernel it's using, the version of the device, so on and so forth. Whoops. It's loading. And there we have it. It booted up into Phosh. Input your password. Unlock. And it says welcome to postmarketOS version 2506. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.